Hello electric car lovers, in this channel I cover all the latest tech news surrounding electric cars. I cover the background, feel and drive, the current selling price and the specs and engineering that go into making each car. If you have an electric car that you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments below. In today's video, I'm reviewing the new and upcoming Toyota BZ4X. I'll be covering the most important features to see whether it crushes the competition or not. Oh, and one more thing before I start. Recently, I tried to make an EV without wheels. I've been working on it tirelessly. Okay, now back to the video. It's taken a long time, but we're finally getting a glimpse into Toyota's electric future. The Toyota BZ4X concept is the first of 7 specialized battery electric cars that will be sold under the new BZ brand. And while certain specifics are yet to be revealed, it's a significant step forward for Toyota. Don't be deceived by the concept's name, just sounds like a computer password, because BZ stands for Beyond Zero. In this case, in the next few years, we'll see the emblem on a variety of models, similar to how GR Gazoo Racing is currently featured in the titles of the Supra and 86 sports cars. You're not alone if you think this idea looks more like a production car. The BZ4X is a dead ringer for the marketable model that will be made in Japan and China next year and marketed worldwide, including in the United States. The BZ4X will be a completely new car and nameplate for the Toyota brand, and it will debut in stores in 2022. The Toyota BZ4X will be the first car to be built on the new e-TNGA platform developed by Toyota. The BZ4X, which was unveiled at the Shanghai Auto Show, appears to be around the same size as Toyota's subcompact CHR crossover. The BZ4X is also the first completely electrified vehicle to be created under Toyota and Subaru's extended partnership, since it is built on Toyota's electric architecture and has Subaru's incredible all-wheel drive capabilities. Toyota's Senior Vice President of Sales Bob Carter has previously stated that he wants Toyota to be Macy's department store of powertrains, with a wide range of internal combustion engines, hybrids, plug-in hybrids, battery electrics, and hydrogen fuel cell electrics. The BZ4X fills a gap in the battery electric market, since the car maker presently has no EVs in its inventory in the United States. Until now, Toyota has devoted its finite battery sources to hybrids, believing that doing so has a greater environmental impact because rather than a few thousand electric vehicles replacing a few thousand gas vehicles, several million hybrids can replace gas vehicles, and the combined fuel economy benefit of those hybrids is far greater than that of the much smaller number of electric vehicles. However, Toyota is preparing for a much greater electrification, indicating that it has discovered a new way of thinking. In the future, expect more sedans and crossovers to join the BZ electric family. By 2025, Toyota expects to release 15 battery electric vehicles, 7 of which will be part of the BZ group. For the first time, the car maker stated that hybrid and battery electric powertrains will be included in its truck portfolio. In the not too distant future, I aim to learn more about the Toyota BZ4X. Keep an eye out for updates. Toyota was first to market with hybrid vehicles, but the Japanese automaker has been hesitant to bring battery electric vehicles to its lineup. But now is the time to get serious about EVs, and it's all to start with the car, the Toyota BZ4X. This SUV shows that it's a cut above in its concept form and will be the first BZ EV among the 7 that Toyota plans to release between now and 2025 as part of the 15 model all-electric push. The other letters in the new model's moniker are BZ, which stands for Beyond Zero, Toyota's ambition of carbon-neutral transportation, and X, which stands for crossover. The business has already shown off a lineup of all-electric vehicles, including a hatchback with a more traditional design and bigger people carrier-style vehicle, as well as a handful of SUVs. Toyota has trademarked BZ with a number of numeral suffixes, and it has also registered the X variation in several situations, as we reported last year. Design and engineering. The Toyota BZ4X has unusual proportions because of its long wheelbase and small overhangs. The front fascia adopts athletic lines and air vents, but the absence of a grille immediately distinguishes it as an electric car. The BZ4X has a rough yet modern appearance, with thin headlamps bordered by a black polished trim that extends to the wheel arches. It has a sporty shape with rapid character lines that flow rearward, as well as high bedline and rear spoiler. The rear taillights are joined by a thin LED strip, a feature borrowed from the Lexus UX, which is equally compact. Overall, the BZ4X resembles a Lexus more than a Toyota thanks to its external design, which combines elegant lines with athletic touches. The newcomer's front and back overhangs appear to be short, implying that the wheelbase is likely to be larger than that of the more conventional powered vehicle. Toyota claims that the BZ4X concept's back legroom is comparable to that of the Lexus LS limousine. It's safe to say that the car will compete with the VW ID4 and the Skoda Enyaq, with plenty of sharp C's and cab rewarding designs that gives the BZ4X more of a bonnet than it actually requires. The external style draws on the approach of previous hybrid Toyotas. The surface along the sides is intricate, made even more so by the different materials used, with more glossy plastics used at the wheel arch surrounds. Toyota hasn't given a good top-down shot of the car, but it does state the BZ4X features solar charging, which is certainly accomplished via roof-mounted panels. Interior. The interior is touted as seeming opulent and futuristic, similar to the exterior, and it's unlike any Toyota interior I've ever seen. The capacity, climate controls, or large entertainment screen contribute to the posh appearance, but the quality gray cloth that covers the dashboard as well as the three-tone interior are unlike anything Toyota has done before. All of the instrument panel functions are handled by a small screen that sits directly in front of the driver, but further back on the dashboard, creating the impression of more room in the interior. The conventional shifter has been replaced by a rotary gear selector that sits in the center of the bridge-like central console, which is identical to that seen in the new Sienna minivan. The absence of a powertrain hump should result in more roomy back seat as the floor is fully level. Backseat passengers receive USB ports, specialized air vents, and heated seats depending on the model. A small glass in the C-pillar will also make rear passengers feel less confining, though it's unlikely to improve the driver's outward view significantly. The BZ4X will have a more futuristic dashboard design than current Toyota vehicles, with a digital gauze display, a huge infotainment touchscreen, and a spacious center console between the two front seats. As seen by images, the cabin appears to be roomy and comparable in size to the RAV4. Performance. A front-wheel drive configuration with a single electric motor will be normal, producing 201 horsepower, but an all-wheel drive configuration with two electric motors will be offered, increasing total power to 215 horsepower. It takes 7.7 seconds to accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour. According to Toyota's claims, not exactly Tesla territory, but it puts the BZ4X into competition with the Volkswagen ID4, which has a front-wheel drive type as an option. As previously stated, the vehicle will be built on the e-TNGA platform, which is a fully electric version of the company's modular platform. The vehicle was created in collaboration with Subaru, which is believed to have provided input into the vehicle's four-wheel drive system. Additionally, the steering wheel has an odd design, which reflects the fact that steer-while-wire technology will be available on the BZ4X when it is released. Toyota claims that the calibration on the system will eliminate the need for the driver to move their hands around the steering wheel while making a turn, and that this has enabled the new design that does not have the upper half of the typical circle. Toyota claims that the technology will be initially made accessible to China, but that it intends to make it available around the world. Battery life. The Toyota BZ4X's realistic, dependable range might be a crucial selling factor when the all-new pure electric SUV arrives in stores in 2022. According to the brand's European marketing and product head, experts estimate the BZ4X to have a range of 250 to 300 miles, which is comparable to other long-range competitors like the Chevrolet Bolt EUV, Hyundai Ioniq 5, Volkswagen ID4, and Ford Mustang Mach-E. As previously said, Toyota did not provide any performance or range data. According to brand official, we've been creating electric cars for 25 years, so we know how to design them right and how the system interacts with the various components. When the car is subjected to temperatures below 5 degrees Celsius for an extended period of time, the battery's performance is likely to be unstable. And when the car is exposed to temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius for an extended period of time, the car's durability may be compromised. With the impression people have of our brand, I believe we can deliver a truly unique point of entry to the market. We'd want to point out that if you offer X kilometers, it's not about guaranteeing something that may appear on paper to be much greater than what you'll get in fact. This is a distinguishing feature of these new automobiles as well as the BZ brand. Price and model range. The BZ4X is expected to hit showrooms in summer 2022 according to Toyota. It's difficult to estimate a price on the car until the firm reveals the battery sizes, but we expect it to be somewhere along the same ballpark as the ID4. Expect a starting price in the upper 30,000s with equipped variants over 40,000. The XLE, which is expected to cost approximately $40,000, will be an entry-level model, while the Limited, which will come with more standard equipment, is expected to cost around $42,000. Later on, a less priced LE trim may be added to the range. And this wraps up my review of the Toyota BZ4X. Let me know what you think of it. Thank you for sticking it out through the very end of this video. Nothing helps out my channel more than y'all watching the entire video. These videos take a long time to make, and they are a labor of love. If you'd like to see my channel grow, please help spread the word, and until next time, remember, the best experiences aren't about where you end up, but who you're lucky enough to be on the journey with.